Hello, and welcome to the Business Brunch. You might notice something's different this week. Oh gosh, you can't even see the backdrop, it's just me. Normally, my co hosts, Sarah Farmer and Melinda Ward, would be sharing this screen with me, but they're unable to make it this week. Melinda is our glamorous host with the hectic social life. If it's not tiaras, it's trains, and she is traveling today, so can't be on the show. And then, more unexpectedly, Sarah Farmer is poorly today, so sending you loads of love, Sarah. I just think I should stick on the chat so I can see if anybody's there. So Sarah is poorly, and so she's unable to join us today. So I'm flying solo. So please do get active in the comments and tell me that I'm not on my own. Please do say hello. Tell me where you are, and also send your love to Sarah to get well soon. But yeah, please do say hello. So welcome to the Business Brunch. I'm sure that with your help, we're going to get through the next 45 minutes. The Business Brunch is all about connecting, learning, and evolving. So do say hello in the comments. Do connect with each other. Today, the topic is all about making LinkedIn work for you. And of course, a big piece of that is connecting. So do show yourself in the comments so that we can all connect. So we're here to connect, we're here to learn, and we're here to evolve. So the aim always with the Business Brunch is to give you information and give you some new information that you didn't know before that will evolve, help you to evolve, either in your personal life or professionally. And that's the whole aim of the show. And that's why I am here. We are your working from home team to launch you into the week. So whilst you're saying hello in the comments, and please do get busy. And I can see there's a few people there already. Thank you. If you are kind of watching on one of the streams, but you can't see anybody at all in the comments, you are not alone. There are lots of comments that I'm going to show you in a minute. But this goes out to about 11 or 12 different streams on different channels, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube, and on Twitter, actually. So you might think you're the only one, but there's a whole band of people there. So I'm going to say hello to people shortly, but also tell me how your weekend was, and we'll do that as well, and then we'll get into the learning bit. So let me see who's here. So I'm wangling the comments on my own this week as well. I've got it all to do. So Sarah says, hello, lovely, here in spirit, if not in body. Thank you. Lucy Grimwade is here, and she says, I'm here. Danny is here every week. Thank you, Danny. And he says, we're here. Oh, this is so lovely. And Rachel Roberts is in London. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Rachel. Gary, thank you again. Gary, always a great supporter of the show. Thank you for being here. And Leong, again, thank you, from Dubai. Happy to connect, everyone. Do connect with each other. Joe is here. Joe is in Cambridgeshire, and she's looking forward to it. Joe did a lovely post this morning about being present and being a human being and not a human doing. And part of today is making LinkedIn work for you and not being that kind of doom scrolling time zapping place that social media can be. We're going to try and give you some top tips to make your time on this network really profitable and effective for you, so that you're not doom scrolling and spending hours here in order to build your business or find that new job or whatever it is you do. So do check out Joe's post. It reminded me of the poem, oh gosh, and I can't remember it now, but it's kind of what is this? If we have no time to stand and stare because of all our cares, it's I can't remember the name now, but it's a really great poem, and it's true that in order to thrive, we've got to take time for ourselves as well. So do check out that. Waggy is back. Thank you, Waggy. Great to see you again. And Uma is here as well. Thank you, Uma. Uma says hello. Lucy, because lots of comments now. I've got to race on to catch up. Lucy says that she's joined via my profile, and so she can see other people here as well. Great. And oh, this is nice. Sarah's saying hi to Waggy and Gary and Danny, because obviously she'd normally be up here saying hello as well. Oh, and Sarah says her weekend was pants. I bet it was if you're poorly, sweetheart. Oh dear. And Caroline says, big kudos to Vanessa doing all this single-handedly, flying solo. I can do this. I've got this. This is all about evolve and growth. This is what LinkedIn can do for you. See, if a year ago, I would never have had the confidence to do this and to kind of host this show by myself. But LinkedIn, as well as getting you that job and getting you new clients, if you use it well, you will learn, you will evolve, and you'll grow in confidence to do something like this. And a LinkedIn user says, hello, Vanessa. Who you are, we don't know, but let us know. Waggy says he wishes you well, Sarah. And Howard Longstaff, hi Howard, long time no see, he's here as well. That's fabulous. And Caroline, I agree, she's smashing. Oh yeah, come on. Smashing it so far, thank you. I am also coming down from quite a horrible cold, so I hope you can't I hope you don't know. I can't notice. So who else is here? Sarah, sorry, says this is a prime example. Oh, there you go, of how LinkedIn can work brilliantly. A mutual connection commented on a post of mine, which you then engaged with, and now here I am watching live. Love it. Interested to hear more. Thank you, Sarah. And Joe, all these comments. Thank you for your support, everybody. Oh, this is the point that Vanessa shared. And so what is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. So do check that out and remind yourself to take time for yourself. Thanks for sharing that, Joe. That's brilliant. William Henry Davis is the poet. And what does Caroline say? Oh, Caroline's as well, being super helpful and found the poem as well. Zubir is here and he says, hey, and Grace, hey, Team 2i in the house. Sorry, I won't try and do that again. Grace is here and she's saying it's great to see the show. So Grace is one of my team members at the awesome 2i where I work. And I'll tell you a little bit about that when we talk about the weekend. And Zoe McCaskill is here, flying the flag solo, and get well, Sarah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so how was your weekend? Sarah says that her weekend was awful. I had a pretty amazing weekend, and it started kind of pre-weekend because I went up to Glasgow. So most of you who follow us, who know me, know that I gave up my interim contracting business to join an amazing company called 2i Testing. And after working with them as a contractor, I saw the amazing team and the work that they were doing. So I had to join. And so I went up to Glasgow on Thursday and Friday last week, and we met as a new management team. And in the morning on the Friday, because it's a very new team, we were definitely a group of people. But by the afternoon, we were a team, we were a true team, and it was so invigorating. So I kind of started the weekend on an absolute high, raced down on Friday afternoon. I hope nobody was manning the speed cameras. Sorry, I shouldn't really say that. To get down to Rivington, where I volunteer, and the Philharmonic Orchestra, a 10-piece brass ensemble, were playing in the gardens, and it's our first event this year. There were over 1,000 people on the lawn waving their flags, and it was absolutely amazing. And Mark Radcliffe was fantastic as our host. He's the patron of the gardens because he's another Bolton guy. Anyway, on a day that Glastonbury announced its lineup, we've announced our lineup for the Rivington Music Festival, and we've got Top Loader and Republica playing on the two days. So I hope you can remember dancing in the moonlight with Top Loader and Republica's ready to go. Anyway, amazing weekend, and now we're back in the swing of things. So what have we got? Uma said she went to a garden party on Saturday. Lovely, because it was gorgeous weather, wasn't it? It was gorgeous here. I don't know if it's gorgeous there. It's horrible today. It's freezing. I was going to wear a really nice kind of summer blouse. The house is freezing. I've got my nice thick warm jumper on. And LinkedIn user, not loser, goodness me, says, so looking forward to the session. And Caroline and Joe have got a thing going on. Oh, it's a solidarity mindset because they both came forward to help with the poem. So that's great. Fabulous. Oh, and Sarah says, Sounds amazing. Who needs Glasgow when you've got Rivet? Exactly. And you know, for a weekend ticket at Rivington, no camping, £27, I think. So get yourself over here. There is camping nearby and hotels. So yeah, if you want to know more, get in touch. Right, let's crack on because I've got so much to share with you. Last week, Melinda talked about consultancy. And I wrote this down because Danny Wareham said, one of the commenters, he says, consultancy is influencing, providing counsel, and getting buy-in. And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about today, isn't it? It's about like me, know me, and trust me, and turning yourself into a product on LinkedIn. Because you might think, who are you, Vanessa? What do you know about LinkedIn? Are you a LinkedIn coach or a LinkedIn trainer? But actually, I'm a marketer. And I came to LinkedIn in order to, when I was made unemployed, and my job was made redundant, sorry. And I came here thinking, oh, what am I going to do next? And after applying for different jobs and different roles and kind of being really busy, you know, perfecting my CV, changing it, spending hours writing cover letters, none of it was working. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to market myself in a different way. And rather than lead generation, knocking on people's doors to try and make people interested, I'm actually going to try demand generation. And I'm going to make people come and knock on my door. And that was the strategy that then got me the job. I did work for a company for a small while, and then I decided, forget this, I'm going to set up as a consultant or as a contractor. And again, I use LinkedIn to market my services, to create and generate demand for my services. And again, it worked. So I'm going to use my marketing knowledge, my personal experience, and then a lot of experience of playing on LinkedIn or being on LinkedIn to share that knowledge with you, hopefully, in order to help you save time on here and use your time here effectively. We don't have time to waste, do we? And we've got businesses to run, we've got jobs to do, we've got stuff to do, and this is a platform, a social media platform, and we don't want to get lost in it and spend hours in here. Who's this? Gary says he's developed as a leader through connections on LinkedIn. Brilliant, absolutely. It's, as I said earlier, it's such a place of learning and self-development, as well as profitable growth, either by finding a job or by finding customers. So let's see. Let's apply some marketing strategy to what you do on LinkedIn. First of all, you've got that focus. So Anna in our team will talk about OKRs, objectives and key results. Let's decide what they are. Why are you here? Number one, are you here to attract the hiring manager of your dreams or the recruiter of your dreams who's going to put you in contact with that hiring manager? Or are you here to find clients? Or are you here to be known for that thing that you do in your space in order to get speaking opportunities or to further your research because you've got a personal aim and goal? So first of all, be very clear on why you're here and keep that in mind. And then thinking about key results, let's think about that and we'll develop them as we go through. So to make LinkedIn work for you, you said, why are you here? So you're attracting somebody. In order to attract people, you've got to make yourself visible. Now, first of all, that might make you feel a bit icky. You might think about personal brand, and that might make you feel a bit unclean. I get it, but it's not about you. It's about what you do. It's about how you help others. So forget, being scared of taking a selfie. And forget thinking about marketing yourself, because what you're doing is marketing what you can do for others and how you help them. Okay, so don't be shy. Don't think it's vanity. You are attention seeking, but you're seeking attention for how you can help. Okay, so depersonalize it and get comfy with it. Okay, next. So getting visible and being compelling. So you've got to stand out. There are thousands, millions of people on this platform. How are you going to stand out? Now, I would say, and I know a lot of people don't like this, niche down. And the reason why I say that is the more specific you are, the more you will stand out. For example, I could tell everyone I'm a marketing communications expert, but there are thousands of them on this platform. So how do I stand out? I decided that I was going to be known for something specific. And I thought about what it was about marketing at that point, and this doesn't have to be forever, that I loved. And I decided that I was going to become known for customer journey mapping. So I decided that was the topic that I was going to stand out for, that everyone was going to know about me. And that was the topic I was going to write about. Not completely 100% all the time, but that was what I was going to focus on. And everyone who saw my posts or saw my comments was going to know that's Vanessa. She talks about customer journey mapping, not about marketing. Pick a specific subject that you can own and get yourself known for that. Okay, so think about that. Why are you here? Who's your ideal customer? What do you want to be known for? Make it specific so that you stand out. Okay, what next? So you want to become the go-to person for that thing that you do, so that when anyone else asks for it and asks for help to find that, everyone says, that person, they do that. You want to talk to them. And that's why standing out is so important, because LinkedIn is about networking. It's about your connections, but then their connections and their connections. And that's how it works. And that's how you've got to play it. Okay. Realize also that you don't have to be the absolute 100% best at what you do. No one likes a know-it-all. Everyone likes people who are in development. You can be developing your ideas. You can be asking questions. We'll all find our customers that like us. They're at the right level for us. If you knew everything, nobody would be able to afford you. You know, you'll find your level and you'll find your customers. So don't think you have to be the expert who knows everything, because no one does. Okay, so don't let that stop you. Don't let nerves stop you. And don't let this idea that it's vanity stop you. Be bold and stand out. Okay, so you know what you want to be known for. You know your customer. You know the more specific you are, the more memorable you will be. Then you think about then what your ideal customer is searching for. Don't forget that whilst you kind of create what you want to be known for, with customer journey mapping, for example, hiring managers would have been searching for marketing director or CMO, that kind of thing. So make sure you've got those words as well, what you want to be known for and what people are searching for. Then think about what it is you solve for your customer. Nobody wants to hire a marketing manager or a marketing director. They want to hire somebody who's going to come and make them visible and compelling. Yeah. So you need to make sure that what you're selling is what they want to buy, the pain that you're relieving. Yeah. So that's your value proposition. You need to manage that. Okay. So you know your customer, you know what pain you're solving, you know what they'll be searching for if they're putting a search into the comments. Can you hear the cat? The cat's shouting. She wants some attention. Anyway, I don't think she wants to be active on LinkedIn, so we'll just ignore her. Okay. So create the words. Think about the search. Think about the job title they'll be searching for. Think about your offer. Think about what you do. With all that, you can then create your dream headline that makes you stand out, but tells people exactly how you help them and what you do. You can put that into your banner, and you can also build your About Us section. Remember, it's the top 3 lines that are absolutely key, because that's what people can see before they click to see more. So make sure you're telling people who you're addressing, what they need, how you help them, that value proposition in those top 3 lines, and create curiosity as well. Make them want to press see more, so they do want to read the rest. Really quickly, photo. Like me, know me, trust me. People don't like avatars. They don't get emotionally connected to a blank screen. People feel emotionally connected when they can look you in the eye. If you're smiling, even better. You look like an approachable, nice person that somebody wants to do business with. So make sure that your photo is good and shows your face. You don't have to be beautiful. We just need to see you. Okay, and then we can trust you, because then we match the words with the person, and all of a sudden we get emotional connections. I was thinking about that this morning. There are so many people who I'm friends with on LinkedIn, who I feel are friends. I've never spoken to them, but I feel I know them, I feel I like them, and I trust them, and I call them my friends. And it's just because I can see them, I can look them in the eye. Right, before we carry on, I'll just go and see if there are any, there are lots of comments, so I'll see what you've been saying. Somebody says, loving the energy. Thank you very much. Gary says he's developed as a leader. Danny says, that Danny Wareham sounds interesting. He really is. He has some really great thought-provoking thoughts. If you're not connected to him, please do. Sarah says, Danny Wareham, he's a wonder. You should check him out. There you go. Zoe, define your audience. Absolutely. Pick who it is you want to be known to. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll start putting this a strategy into, we've got the foundations now, haven't we? Now we've got to go into action. And Gary says he's here to be known as a leader amongst leaders, to connect with my peer group. I like that. I like that a lot. Sarah says, I found it so hard to niche down. And there is usually a fear associated to it. Be brave, be certain, and be crystal clear. Yeah, don't worry. For example, you might say, if you're a copywriter, you might say you are a copywriter to the medical industry or something really specific. It makes you more memorable as a copywriter, just adding that medical bit to it. And when you become known and people like your writing and get to know you and like you, even if they need a copywriter, if they like you or someone asks for a good copywriter, if you're memorable, you'll be referred or they will come to you. And they might say, do you do other stuff than medical? Do you know, so don't worry too much about niching down. It's like talking about customer journey mapping. And I built my business using, and we'll talk about hashtags as well, the hashtag UK manufacturing, because I thought I was more saleable in the manufacturing space. Not one of my customers came from manufacturing. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry too much about niching down. Concentrate on becoming known for what you do. And because you will, and it will go beyond that. And you can niche down for 3 months and see how that works. And then you think, you know what, I've done that subject to death. I'll go and do another subject now. But it's all about being memorable. Okie doke. Sarah also says she's just off to update her LinkedIn headline again. Yours rocks. I like yours. Sarah, talking about value propositions and finding right words. Get all these words down and then look for better words. And Sarah, she's not just an executive coach, because there's loads of coaches around, but Sarah will give you an unshakable belief, an unshakable self-belief. How brilliant does that sound? That stands out to me. It's those kinds of words and value propositions that that really, really help. There you go. So if you want an executive coach, Sarah's your girl. She will give you that unshakable self-belief. Gary says that he delivers the unexpected through our business into the communities we turn up in. There you go. And Sarah says, probably in response to that, but what businesses and what is the unexpected? Who are you? What do you do? And who do you do it for? Oh, I love this. Lucy says she's loving this and she's taking loads of notes. Great. And Danny's laughing. And then he says, know your fish and then go where they are. Very wise. Very wise. And Rachel adds, I often worry that I'm fishing in the pond with the other fishermen and the fishes are in a different pond. That is, her messages aren't landing with the audience yet. We're going to talk about that, and we'll talk about how you can target your audience to make sure they see you. So let's crack on. Okay, so we've built our foundations now. Your profile leads up to who you are and what it is you offer and how you help. And just another note on that, your experience section. It's not 100% your CV, yeah? You can make it, don't make it up, but you can make it build the story. So through your experience, tell the story of how you got to where you are now, the things that you've learned along the way to take you to this space where you are now as the expert. You can use LinkedIn and your experience to tell a story. Okay, so use it. Right, moving on to action. Okay, so now you've got absolute clarity. You know your ideal customer, you know what you do, you know you help them, and you know what they're searching for. Yeah, it's not all about beautiful words. Think about what they're actually searching for and make sure your profile is rich in that. Okay, and you've got a great photo. Now, what I would do, first of all, is, and I know that you might be scared of posting, some of you don't, think about what it is you want to be known for and create 1 or 2 posts about that and release them and then put the little star on them, add them to your features section. And that then means you've got the profile all complete. Yeah. Don't forget your contact details in the headline and in the contact details link as well. That's really, really key. Okie doke. Next, right. LinkedIn isn't all about posting. The value is in comments. Comments are currency, and what you give, you receive. But think about it. If you're just starting out on the platform, you can put up a post, but no one sees it. Because you aren't connected to enough people yet, and you're just starting out. But if you comment on somebody else's post, your network will see it, their network will see it, and anyone else who comments, their networks will see it. So when you're trying to grow yourself and to be known in a sector, comments are where it's at. Also, by commenting on other people's posts about what you know about, you're developing your ideas, you're entering conversations, you're pushing, because they've led it, you are then using your brain to add to it, to embellish it, and to develop that conversation, which helps your learning. But where do you add comments? Do you just blindly follow the scroll and put comments where you think? No, you don't. You look for the people that you want to be connected with. So LinkedIn's got a great search. You can search people by industry, by job title, by location. So if you're looking for your next hirer, your hiring manager, that's where you need to look. If it's the CEO, if it's the MD, whatever. So start looking for them and start looking at their recent posts. Are these people active? Start connecting to them. Yeah. The other thing that you can do on LinkedIn, and it's brilliant, and not enough people use it, is the hashtags. So, for example, I wanted to become known as a marketer in the UK manufacturing sector. Lots of people, I think there's something like 40,000 followers of the hashtag UK manufacturing. So do a search, find the hashtags in the industry, in the sector, in the sphere in which you want to be known. When you do that search, posts will come up. You can then filter that search the last 24 hours. You can see what people are talking about. You can see who the active people are. Get involved in those conversations and start connecting to those people, because those people are active. If you support them with your comments, when you start posting, they'll start supporting you because you'll have developed that connection. And it's by posting in those industries which are target. And this is all about focus, so you're not wasting time. Start showing up in the sectors where you want to be known and start talking about what it is you want to be known for. Connect with the individuals who are active in that sector. And if you've seen this, when you visit their profiles, there's often a bell. Ring their bell. If they're active and they've got a good following, especially, ring that bell. Just click on that bell, which is underneath the profile banner. And then you'll be notified when they post. This is interesting as well for influencers. If you have influencers in your industry sector or your sphere of interest who get hundreds of comments, ring their bell. It's a good way to be the first or very early to comment on their posts, which means then you get visible to all their connections. Okay, so what have we done? So we've talked about comments, we've talked about connecting to people who are active, connecting to people who you want to be your ideal client. Send them a message if you can. Don't say, I want something from you. Offer something. Say something like, I'm really interested to be connected to leaders in this field. If I can introduce you to anyone, let me know. Looking forward to seeing you in the what would you call it? Looking forward to seeing your posts, something like that. Let them know that you're not a threat, that you're not going to jump into their DMs to sell them something or to ask for something. Offer something first, and that will give you a good return on those connection requests. And then you can start thinking about content. And it is in creating those comments and joining those conversations that you'll get the ideas of what you should be posting about. LinkedIn will say, turn this comment into a post. Don't, but do take a note of it, develop that idea, look at the conversation and develop your posts and then start posting. What I would say as well is because this is a marketing campaign, right? We're going to be focused with our time. Do not think you have to post every day, and do not start posting 3 times a day if you've got 3 great ideas, because your next post kills the post earlier. So think about, if you are going to post, just post once a day. But you don't have to post once a day. What I would say counts more is consistency. There are people who are killing it on this platform just by posting once a week. 7 o'clock on a Friday. Boom. Every week they're there. Every week I, as well as many other of their followers, are waiting for that post to drop because we know that killer content is coming and we're going to learn something from it. So don't think you have to post every day, but do post consistently. And this is what it's all about. It's that focus and the objective and your key results. So think about building up that profile. That's one result. And then think about a process. Maybe say 3 times a week, you're going to spend half an hour to look at the hashtags and look for those connections and create, put the comments in. Yep. And then think about your consistency of posting, when you want to post, how often you want to post, and what format that post should take. Is it with a text and a photo? Is it just text? Is it a carousel? Is it a video? But be consistent, and then your audience will come to expect that, and they'll start waiting for your content. Phew, that was loads. So where am I? Let's have a look at what comments we've got. The featured section, Joe says, great tip. It absolutely, this absolutely nails what it is you want to be known for. So put your best stuff there. Put something there at the beginning if you've got nothing there now that aims to tell what it is you want to be known for. And then as you grow on the platform and develop better content and new content, you can move it along, you can take it off, keep it up to date. Lucy says she worked with a content marketer a few years back, and she taught Lucy about content pillars. As long as it is relevant to your niche, it gives you a bit of creative control about what you talk about. Good point. Joe says she has to go. Some brilliant nuggets in here. Thank you. So you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Waggy says post with passion. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to choose what you want to be known for, and especially if you're building a business which is a service business, then think about what you are passionate about. What is it that you want to have conversations about? What is it that you want to sell? And I love customer journey mapping. So I wanted to attract a hiring manager who would say, come and sort ours out, Vanessa. I was building the future that I wanted by talking about what I was passionate about at that time. And like I say, it doesn't have to stick with you forever. You can think about that for 3 months or 6 months and then move on. So I started as the customer journey mapping queen. I even did a post, look it up, where I hula hooped to tell you what customer journey mapping was. 3 minutes consistently, didn't drop the hoop. But now I'm probably better known about value propositions and creating value propositions. There's the dog. She wants to join in now. And Richard, thanks for joining us, Richard. Richard says quality over quantity every time. And that's so important. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Just post. Don't wait for perfection. Perfection never happens. Oh God, the dog. So start posting. You'll start seeing what people interact with and people talk about. And through that, you'll develop your ideas and you'll get better. Sorry, I've got no one to pass to today. Snowball, shush. Sarah says there are so many rules to follow on LinkedIn to make it fly. Post consistently. 5 hashtags, yes. If you tag anyone, they need to comment or it slows the post reach. This is true. And only post once a day max. There are people who've got thousands and thousands of followers who can post multiple times a day. But because they've got so many followers, those posts still do really, really well. But at the beginning, if you've got no followers and you're getting no one really kind of grasping your content, you can post a few times. But yes, what happens is once you send out another post, it kills the engagement on that, or the visibility of that previous post. So if it's got no visibility anyway, you're not going to lose anything by posting again. But if a post is doing really well, step back, let it ride, support it. If people comment on your post, always comment back, always. And always try and make it developing the conversation. So more than 7 words as well, another strange rule about LinkedIn. LinkedIn might see if it's only 2 words, great post, it doesn't have any value and it could be by a bot. So please try and add to the conversation, add to the discussion more than 7 words. So what else have we got? Danny says, hopefully mine are easy to spot because of the consistent formatting and approach. And that's another thing as well. If you are building a personal brand, then again, you don't have to have it down to a T from the beginning. But if it's your business, you might want to add some branding and more consistency into how it looks or the format it takes. But don't worry, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And Sarah says, and don't like and comment on your own post first. Oh, do you see this? Do we agree here? So I know that some of the LinkedIn gurus have written about things that they've tested and things that they know to be true over 6,000 posts. So Sarah's got something here that I've never heard before. I have heard don't like and comment first, although actually it does work sometimes. But she says you need at least another 5 comments to make it like the blue touch paper. We're always learning, who knows? So if we all connect with each other and we all try and support each other, then we'll make each other's posts fly, won't we? Ring my bell and let me know, and then I can ring your bell and we can support each other's comments. Waggy says, thanks, Vanessa, for today's inputs. You are welcome. I hope it's been helpful. I know it's been a bit of a steam train. I kind of get a bit excited, but hopefully you've got something from it. And Richard says the dog agrees. Absolutely. And don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Quite right. So just to reiterate, the objective, what it is you want to achieve, have clear focus and clarity in that. Think about what key results you want. We've got the foundation planning, your value proposition. We've got what you do, what you want to be known for, and who the ideal client is. You've got all that. You've got your profile sorted. And then you've got to define your process. Like I say, it's 1 post a week at a consistent time, or it's 2, or it's 3, whatever you choose. And then spend 30 minutes or so, you define it 3 times a week to get active in the sectors that you follow by the hashtags or by the people whose bell you have rung. You curate your feed. So by being active on the posts that give you value, that expose you to your ideal client, then LinkedIn will show you more and more of that when you just press home. Okay, so you won't have to curate your feed as such in the future. So that's it. And the other thing that you have to do, of course, is come to the business brunch every Monday at 12:30 so you can connect, learn, and evolve. Absolutely essential to LinkedIn success, obviously. What else have we got? Sarah says, we have a fabulous guest next week talking about branding. Marianne Hartley. She's an author and a branding expert. Don't miss it. So I need to go and look up Marianne before she comes on the show so I can ask her all about branding as well, because it's one of my favorite topics. So that's going to be a really good one. Don't miss out on that. And Sarah also says that her book is Align and Shine, and it's absolutely fab. So there you go. Now, we've got a few minutes left. So hopefully next week, my 2 co-hosts will be back. And you'll have more to go at. But have you got any other questions about LinkedIn? Is there anything else I can help you with at all? I'm trying to think there are so many rules, as Sarah says, and because I've kind of rushed through all this, how else can I help you? If you concentrate on the like me, know me, trust me, but it's how you help others. It's not about you, it's about how you help others. But you've got to show yourself so that we get that emotional connection to you. And that's what marketing is all about. It's awareness, interest, desire, and action. Awareness is being visible, interest is being compelling, but this is key, creating the desire for someone to make them take action. And you can surprise and delight people, but by being yourself and being visible, people will get an emotional connection to you. It's all about evoking an emotion, isn't it? And this is why video works so well. By video, people can get to know you. They can feel like they get to know you, and they feel an emotional connection to you. And it's so powerful. You don't get the visibility that maybe a text and a photo post might have, but you get the conversions. So don't fear video. Okay, I've got a few things coming in. So let's go to comments. Uma says she likes my punchy delivery. Thank you very much, Uma. That's very, very, very kind. And Rachel said, Vanessa, you were wonderful. Oh, thank you for the brilliant tips and advice. That's really kind. Thank you so much. Danny says, the most important rule is just be you. Absolutely. Don't worry about vanity metrics. Very true. Do not worry about numbers. They will come in time, but it's about the one that converts. That's all you need. You want the one customer, the one hiring manager, so don't worry about numbers. Be yourself, contribute. I can never say it, reciprocity. You give and you shall receive. Support other people, contribute, add value, and the right network for you will grow organically. Absolutely. Sarah says, we will be back, but you've done an absolutely brilliant job today. Well done, me. Woohoo. Such valuable lessons. This is what Business Brunch is all about. Fabulous. Thank you very much. And Richard asks, what's your view and LinkedIn's of having a WhatsApp group where you boost each other's posts to light blue touch paper? I'm not a fan. Well, it depends how you work it, I think, because pods. So a pod is where you've got a group and you share links. And some pods you have to pay to be in. No, don't do them. Some pods have rules where you have to support each other's content. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a group of people, like-minded people, who share their posts and say you might be interested in this, and you invite people to go and have a look. And if they want to post, if it resonates with them, if they want to comment, then brilliant. And I want to set it up in Team 2i. I want to encourage our brilliant engineers to get visible on LinkedIn. And I'd like them to kind of let me know that they've posted and let others know they've posted so that we can go and read it and support them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Personally, if it is that organic invitation, and if it resonates, if you're interested, if you want to comment, then fine. But I think these, and they're so obvious, there's these engagement pods where you'll get 40 people commenting quickly on a post, and they all say, great post, and what great value you add, X person. And you can tell it's a pod. You can tell it's false engagement. And for me, that ruins that person's brand. There are a few people on LinkedIn who it's so obvious are in that kind of a pod, and they've lost my respect. So I would say tread very carefully and be authentic and be you. I don't think there's anything wrong with setting up a group of shared interest, but the rules have to be loose and it has to be authentic. That's my opinion. LinkedIn doesn't like pods, and you will be punished for pods. I don't know what its absolute definition of a pod is, but I would tread carefully, I would say. So what else have we got? Gary says, brilliant session as usual. So much content and so many takeaways. Good. Thank you. That's the aim. And Danny says about the whole pod thing, it feels inauthentic to me. It is, and it smacks of inauthenticity. You can see it a mile off. You can see it an absolute mile off when you get loads of comments and they all say, great post. Bullshit. You don't want that. You want people developing the conversation. You want people who are genuinely interested in your content. Otherwise, what's the point? Let's see what Leong sends. Answerthepublic.com to find content and what is being searched. Well, that's a good tip. There's other kind of like Reddit and Core and things like that. If you're looking for ideas about what to talk about, there are loads of great places to research your topic as well. I didn't, because I'm kind of so obsessed with kind of marketing and customer journeys and things like that it was all kind of what I've learned and what I've experienced over time. But there's lots of things out there. So Lisa asks, how is it obvious she's never heard of pods? Lisa, you'll see it. If you go on somebody's post and they've got loads of comments, but if all of them are saying, great post, or yes, we can count on you to deliver this excellent service, if it's all just kind of arse licking, you know, and there's no one adding to the conversation or adding their thoughts, then you know that they kind of they're obliged to comment on that person's post. And it's you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you'll think, oh, this is because it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Gary, he's answering questions from Sarah before, because he says his business is building new homes fit for this generation. Ooh, interesting. Very good, very good. And he says we exceed expectations and deliver the unexpected. There you go. So connect with Gary and find out what that's all about. Oh my goodness, I'm over time. We've done it. Right, please join me and Melinda and Sarah next week for our next session of the Business Brunch. And thank you so much for supporting me and getting really busy in the comments and not leaving me all by myself today. Thanks a lot, and see you all next week. Cheers. Bye bye.